Ollie arrived at the house about 6 p.m. Well, Pookie is just, it's the strangest thing. I've never heard of anything like this, and you dealt with so many strange things. I said, sure, sure. That's strange things are part of my business. So tell me what happened. Well, it's Pookie's hair. It's growing back at a pace that's just not reasonable. I said, okay, so you called me a private eye because your dog's hair is growing too fast. I'm open to this, but it's not necessarily my expertise. Have you called the veterinarian? I said, no, you don't understand. I'm not talking about I'm needing to cut it every couple of months. I mean, look at this dog. I looked at the dog. It was a spaniel with long, curly, classic spaniel hair. A pretty dog. A little unkempt, perhaps. Okay, Alice, it's a long-haired spaniel. Sure. What's the issue? I cut this dog's hair. I cut Pookie's hair 4 days ago. I cut it short, like not all the way to fuzzy short, but probably down to like an inch and a half. I said, "Oh, that is unusual." The dog's hair was, your long-haired spaniel. Maybe 5, 6 inches, way faster than a dog should, or any mammal should grow in the space of a few days. I said, okay, so that is weird. Is there anything else? Well, yeah. The thing is, it's not the first time it happened. This is the fourth time I've given my dog a haircut to find it a few days later, all growing back, and all at once, too. I leave for work, I come home, my dog has undone its haircut somehow. I don't understand it. I said, that is very strange. And Pookie's also not acting right. I don't know if whatever's going on is also making Pookie sick, but she doesn't even come when I call. Watch. Pookie, Pookie. Come here, Pookie. The dog looked up, looked around, and then went back to what it's doing. I put Pookie through all the training courses. Usually comes when I call him. It's stressing me out. I don't know what's going on with my dog. I said, all right. That is really weird. So you say that 4 times now? 4 times now. 4 times now you've given your dog a haircut. Yeah, I usually do it. It's been at night. I usually groom my dog at night. I groom Pookie after work. I have a regular 9 to 5 job. And, its hair is kind of like a human hair in a lot of ways. You don't need special equipment, really. So I've always given my dog haircuts. I do my own haircuts, too. Sure, Ollie said. Yeah, that's reasonable. And then the first one that happened was, I guess, about 5 weeks ago. I gave Pookie a haircut. And then I took her out to the dog park. And talked to some people, did the normal dog park things, came home, had dinner, went to bed, went to work. Pookie still had short hair. When I got back, long-haired dog. And yeah, happened again about 5 days later, and then 3 more times since, and the last one was just last night. Well, today, I gave Pookie a haircut last night. And look at this dog. This dog did not have a haircut last night. I said, I agree. That's really weird. Let me think. How often do you go to the dog park? A couple times a week. I'd love to say that I take Pookie every day, but honestly, 2 or 3 times a week. And did anything unusual happen that first time that you took Pookie to the dog park right before this happened? No, not really. People admired the haircut, and then they asked me who I used for my groomer, and I said it was me. Had a couple of conversations like that. Other than that, no, it didn't. I said, well, Hmm. All right. You're not going to like this, but I think I'm going to need to do a stakeout. You say it happens while you're away at work. So, do you have cameras or anything? No, no, I don't really like all that smart house stuff. Creeps me out. So, no, I don't. Okay. Why don't you give this dog a haircut? And then call me in the morning before you leave for work. Assuming the dog still has short hair, then I'll come over and I will hide in your house. Oh, well, the dog actually stays in the yard most of the day. He's got a doggy door, but she stays outside most of the day, so the neighbors have told me. Okay, sure. I will hide out. Let me see. They walked out to the back door then. And there was a back porch at the back door with a roof over it. So I said, okay, cool. I can hide out right there in that corner, and I'll be able to see the yard and the dog and the whole thing. And tell you what, if we can leave this kitchen window open, then if Pookie goes inside, I can follow Pookie there. Okay, sure. Sounds like a plan. All right, I'll hang around while you do the haircut just in case I see anything unusual. But then I'll go home for the night and you call me in the morning. So Ollie watched as she gave the dog a haircut, and it was pretty normal. It looked pretty much like a human haircut. The dog didn't seem to love it, but, tolerated it. I said, okay, I don't see anything unusual, so call me in the morning. Well, in the morning, Ollie went over there, and the dog did indeed still have short hair. Can I get you a cup of coffee, Ollie? Oh, that'd be great, yes. Actually, if you could make two. So, well, it's an espresso machine. You want one for later, I'm guessing? Yeah, that would be actually very nice. I said, yeah, feel free. Just help yourself. Is that okay? That's great. There's milk in the fridge. Okay, well, have a good day at work, and I will see what's going on with your dog. So Ollie got himself up in that little corner in the roof, watched, and indeed, Pookie did. The dog did, hang out outside. It actually went in and out a lot. The owner was under the impression the dog spent all day outside, but no, the dog went back and forth. But it seemed to be exploring, sniffing at the edges of the yard, sniffing at a lot of things. Pretty normal dog stuff. Ollie doesn't really, have a dog. So I watched and watched and watched. And for a lot of people, that would be painfully boring, but Ollie finds stakeouts kind of calming and meditative. The dog had just come back outside from being inside, sniffing around the back gate when Ollie saw something that immediately raised his alarm. Because a stranger hopped over the back fence and unlatched the gate. Ollie watched carefully as the stranger went back out the gate and brought in a long-haired spaniel. He unclipped the leash on this long-haired spaniel and clipped the leash on the short-haired spaniel. Clipped the leash on Pookie. And let the long-haired spaniel go and walked out the gate with the short-haired spaniel. Ollie leapt into action, sneaking along the fence line, and followed the dog thief? Dog switcher? Came to a big van and said, Fan's dog breeders, spaniels and terriers. He watched as this mysterious person loaded the short-haired spaniel into the truck. And then the guy got in, and Ollie snuck up and grabbed onto the back bumper. And they drove away. The ride wasn't far, about half an hour away out in the suburbs. And the truck stopped. Ollie climbed up onto the roof when the guy wasn't looking. And there were just a very large quantity of spaniels, many of them looking exactly the coloration of Pookie. He let the dog out and, wiped his hands like a job well done, That was when Ollie leapt forward. And what's going on here? I said, what, how did you get here? I said, don't worry about that. What are you doing with these dogs? I said, I, I'm stuck. I'm a dog breeder. Sorry, I'm a dog breeder. I sell Spaniels and Terriers, Jack Russell Terriers. It's my business. You have a lot of dogs, Ollie said. Yeah, how much do you know? I know that you stole this dog and you left another dog behind. What's going on? The guy said, oh, I should have stopped. It didn't make any sense. I should have stopped. I said, spill it. And there's some chance I won't turn you into the police. I said, okay. So I do breed spaniels, and this particular type of golden spaniel. See how they're all like the same color? I said, yeah. I mean, they look like lovely dogs. And 2 other spaniel breeders just went out of business, and I bought all their dogs from them, and I realized I had too many dogs, and I couldn't keep up with finding homes for them. I couldn't keep up with selling them, I mean. And they sell better if they're groomed. I said, they sell better if they're groomed? I said, yeah, people like to see a well taken care of, fresh haircut on a spaniel. They just sell better. I go to fairs and stuff and adoption events and stuff, and so then I met this lady who said she did her own spaniel cuts, and oh, it was a dumb idea, but I followed her home. I swapped her dog for one of mine. I said, you're kidding me. You stole that lady's dog and gave her a different dog, hoping she would cut the new dog's hair too. I didn't think it would work, but then it did. She gave that new dog a beautiful haircut, and so I did it again and again and again, and you know how sometimes something works and it shouldn't work, but then you keep on doing it anyway? I said, I don't. Okay, maybe, but you've got to stop. I said, I got to stop. And where is the original Pookie? What? Pookie is the dog's name. The original dog that this lady had is her dog. Where is Pookie? Oh, I have Pookie. I have the original dog. I felt so bad. I knew this was wrong. I felt so bad. Pookie's in my house. Pookie's a lovely dog. If you give her back, will you not call the police on you? Yeah. Here's the deal I'm going to offer you, dog thief. You're going to bring Pookie back right now before the lady gets home. You're going to take your dog back with you, the other dog, the dog you left there today. Yeah, that's reasonable. Then you're going to clean up your act. I'm going to be watching you. If I see any more of this dog shenanigans, I've been recording this entire conversation, and I'll hold up a tape recorder. You're going straight to the police. I don't know exactly what the charge is here. Fraud, I guess. Okay. Yeah, totally, 100% deal. And he ran inside and brought back out a spaniel. It looked like it had gotten a haircut. A nice, good haircut about 4 weeks ago. I said, all right, it's 4 o'clock now. If we hurry, we can get back before she comes home. She's already home when you get there. I can't help you anymore past that. So they drove. They drove as fast as they could while being safe. And they got there, and the lady wasn't home yet. And the guy took back his random spaniel and left Pookie there. Ollie wrote down all of his information, and when the guy wasn't looking, Ollie also snuck a camera into the guy's truck. He'd also snuck a camera into the house where the other spaniels were. Then Ollie waited. The guy left, promising never to do anything like this again. About an hour later, she came home. I said, see, his hair grew a little bit. Maybe this is the first time this has happened. Pookie's hair is a little bit longer. I said, man, lady, I've got a strange story to tell you. And honestly, I thought it was my decision, but it's really yours. What's that? Decision whether or not to press charges. What? Why don't we have one more cup of coffee and I'll explain it all. Strange tale of dog grooming fraud. And that was the case of Ollie and the doggy hair growth.